Yo, what's up guys and gals? This is Jacob Karash from TV10 Studios, and today we're going to be talking about how you've been using LUTs incorrectly your entire life. So let's get right into the video. So, like I said, today we're talking about how to properly use LUTs. I've been using LUTs incorrectly. I learned this recently. I've been using LUTs incorrectly. So LUTs are lookup tables. It's like color grade preset pretty much. If you don't know what a LUT is, I just explained it. There you go. But it's vital in the color grading process if you don't want to do a custom grade every single time. So I make my own custom LUTs or presets for my videos, and then I just put them on in post-production, so I don't have to spend 1,000 years doing a custom grade. Even though I love color grading, it's just not time efficient. I have a life, I have other things to do. Well, I hated the fact that whenever you use contrast from other people, whenever you use other people's LUTs, that it would have baked in contrast and baked in color when I only wanted the color attributes and not the contrast. So then I would have to go back to my contrast node and then try to fix the contrast, but it was never perfect. I figured out a way around it where you can only get the color information but keep the contrast, the perfect contrast that you had in the video. And I'm excited to show you this. Now, just to let you know, I'm using the no picture profile option on the Sony a7 III, so this is what it looks like straight out of the camera. Skin tones, by the way, look actually pretty darn good. I thought Sony was lacking in the skin tone department, but for my skin tones, they're quite flattering. I like it. But I'm gonna get some shots in S-Log2 and S-Log3 and HLG, and then I'm gonna get some shots on my Canon Rebel T3i in the neutral profile and in CineStyle. So let's do this, and then we'll hop over to the computer. Yo, what's up, everybody? Okay, so now I'm on my computer. I know I'm using my MacBook Air's just my built-in microphone because I'm not using my normal setup here since I'm shooting with 4K footage and my main PC does not have the processing ability to process 4K footage. So I do all my color grading on my MacBook and then I export it into a ProRes file so then I can edit it on my main machine. So let's start with the Canon footage here. We've got all the shots. This one is the faithful color profile shot. So if I drop that down here, I'm gonna rename this timeline something. I'm gonna just call it faithful. So this is a contrasty image here, as you can see. I'm gonna turn off the audio. It's got contrast already. I might want to dial back on the highlights. As you can see, it's slightly overexposed here. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to get the gain and just try to drop it down, see how much data I can save. I can save about that much data. That's a good amount of data there. And then I'm going to bring actually up the lift a little bit. And then I'm going to do my usual jazzy grade here. Add my filmic curve, so at a point there, at a point there, and at a oh gosh, I can't see that. At a point there. Drop down the highlights. I don't think I'm gonna mess with the highlight roll off, mainly due to the fact that I'm really messing with it here. Actually, let's increase the contrast just a little bit. And really. There we go. Now I might be able to mess with the highlight roll. Nope, not gonna mess with it. Bring up the shadows a bit just because I like the way it looks, and then crush it just a tad. Then I might actually bring the lift just down a little bit, just a touch. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Me with Canon footage, beautiful colors, a lot of magenta, lots and lots of magenta here. And the skin tones and stuff. So I like to go here with Canon footage, go -15, and just kind of bring some green tones into the shadows a bit, so you can see the difference here. Without and with, it just kind of accentuates the green there. And now we go to the LUT. Now most people with their LUTs, we're gonna use the Joker LUT here. Or no, we'll use the King LUT. Most people will just apply it, and then, as you can see, it increases the contrast and completely messes up the image. So let's reset this node. Click add color, add layer, not parallel. Yep, layer. And so this node here, number 4, will keep all the data of the last 3 nodes, and then this one will be your LUT node. And I want the color of the King LUT because I love the King LUT. It's beautiful. And then we're gonna go here, click right click, go to composite mode, and click color. And now I have the colors of the King LUT, as you can see here, without affecting the contrast, which is perfect, exactly what I wanted. So we went from this image to this image. There's not that much of a difference, just color. It's all contrast-wise. It's just mainly color-wise, and it looks pretty darn good. Now, I'm messing with an already pre-baked contrast image. So if we go back here, and we go for like the Cinestyle clip. And choose a hero frame or shot here. It's just me messing around at that point. Like my normal 5-node system. Right here, 4, that's where I usually use my conversion LUTs or things like that. So if I go to favorites, where is it? Was it more LUTs? 70 LUTs, log to X709, and then I just need to save this. This is the Cinestyle S-Curve LUT. And the colors are actually kind of awful. I'm gonna be straight up. The colors in Cinestyle are not the best, but we're here to fix that. I'm an HDR, that's what I want. I actually like bringing up the shadows and bringing down the gamma instead. I'm gonna bring in some more contrast and really save those highlights and bring that down as far as I can. And now I might actually bring the gamma up a bit. Find something white. Nope. Never mind. Don't find something white. I don't like the way the colors are with Cinestyle, I'm gonna be completely honest. You kind of lose that Canon color look. But it's still pretty good. Let's add the usual custom grade here. I am going to mess with the shadow or highlight roll off. So now we can look at the difference. Not that much of a difference, just adds a little bit more of a filmic look to it. Actually, I might bring this down a bit as well. Okay, that was a bit more intense. Then here, still gonna add that slight greenish color to it, -15, and just grab it and shift it over. There we go, the colors are looking better. Final LUT, we're gonna go add node, layer. Where'd it go? Where'd I put it? Favorites, the King, or Hannibal. We're gonna go for the King as well here, and then composite mode, color. Much better. There we go. Look at that. That's much better. What I actually might do is bring just, I'm gonna punch a little bit more magenta. Ow. Not in here. That's not what I want. First node. Go to the first node. I'm gonna punch just a little bit more magenta into the skin tones. There we go. That's a bit better. And I might actually just bring down the color boost just a tad because it's a bit intense. But so we went from this to that, and it looks phenomenal. And then without the color changes, it just looks super magenta. But then, oh, it's beautiful. Oh, it's gorgeous. Love it. Now I'm working with 8-bit footage and very constricted, footage. Like there's not much I can do there. If we go to Sony and shoot with my favorite color profile, S-Log2. S-Log2. It's got better conversion factors. So there's so much better. It's just going to be overall so much better. So we're going to go for my normal 5-node system. Node number 4. Oops. And I'm sorry, Siri. No, leave me alone, Siri. Gonna go effects and get color space transform, because screw conversion LUTs when you can just color space transform them. So we're gonna use input color space. This one is S gamut. There we go. We got the color space. Then we're gonna go to gamma, which is S-Log2. Good conversion there. Make sure our output color space is Rec 709 because that's what we're editing in, and gamma 2.4. Perfect. Now this is slightly overexposed, but that was intentional. That's how you properly expose it. So what I'm gonna do, I like to bring the lift up actually to save more data in the shadows, and then bring down the gamma. I just think it looks overall better. Then I increase contrast to about 1.1 and then bring the pivot all the way down to save my highlights, specifically in my skin tones. And then I might bring the gain up just a tad bit. Now, I'm using auto white balance. I should not have done that. I'm gonna be completely honest. I should not have done that, but that's okay. Now, I do it slightly differently with S-Log. Bring that down. And bring that up. There we go. I do this a little bit differently with S-Log. And then this, I very rarely touch this. This is really if I want to add any extra, like, anything extra, really. Sometimes what I might do is add like a filmic blur or something to it, but other than that, I don't really touch this. Here is where all the action happens. Layer. Sometimes I'll do white balance separately and then, but since it's auto white balanced, yeah. Anyway. Let's go for the King LUT. And then composite color. Oh, it's a little bit big. The exposure is a little bit off. I think overall I'm gonna have to bring down the gamma. There we go. Perfect, that's beautiful. Look at that. We went from that to that. Isn't that incredible? But personally, I might not go for the King with this LUT. I might actually go Hannibal. No. I love the looks of the oh geez. The only way to fix this, to properly do this, would be it's a color, yep, and then no, because these are strange conversion lists. That's why. That's the issue. I like the way the Joker looks on this LUT. Now it's really, we're losing a lot of data up here because it's 8-bit footage, but I think it looks pretty cool. What I would most likely do, because of how much like this just really tears apart your footage, I would probably have brought this in the intensity down to maybe like 0.7, and then we go from this to that. I really like it though. I like the way it like just interacts with the background, the way it looks. It just looks very clean and interesting. Now S-Log3 is a little bit rougher because S-Log3 takes up a whole lot more data to work with. Because this is an 8-bit camera, it's not really meant for all this data. So you really do risk color degradation and just overall gringy nastiness. Gosh dang it, that's not what I want. With your footage. Which is unfortunate. It does suck. But I always set a gamut mapping method to saturation and compression. I don't know why, it looks better. So this one's sgamut3.cine. And then S-Log3. And Rec 709. Gamut 2.4. Now I've got quite a lot of adjusting to do. I really tried to compress the highlights there. There we go. And maybe I'll bring that up a bit. Now we've got overall well-exposed shot here. Let's go ahead and bring that down. Actually, let's just do quick. Bring that up actually a bit, and then that looks good. Yep, that looks good. Don't mess with that. Add a layer node. Choose the grade we want here. Let's choose something more interesting. Oh, okay. 110, no, that's not what I want. I like the look of the Fuji Vivid. This is a film print emulation LUT. And then we're gonna right click this and hit composite and hit color. And there we go. Now we have the color of the Fuji Vivid color profile or LUT. I like it. There's really so much you can do. There's so much you can do. But that's how you properly use a LUT. So thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye.